If you're over 50 and microneedling your skin every 3 to 4 weeks, you're actually preventing the collagen production you're trying to create. Because this is the most common question I read. How often do I microneedle my skin, Jen? Now, the answer to this question depends on your current skin health. So, what determines your skin health? Well, that's your current age, how well you've looked after yourself and your skin. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how often to microneedle your skin based on your skin health age, and how many treatments you need to do before you see or feel a result. Plus, I'm going to clear up the confusion about the difference between microneedling professionally and microneedling at home when wanting to achieve firmer skin. As I often hear people say that they struggle to find the time and it costs a bit too much to have the professional treatments done. So then they fall into this trap of believing that it's not for them. So this is a myth that I would like to debunk, because whilst everyone's talking about microneedling, most seem a bit unsure about the safest and the most effective way to achieve the best results. So I'll give you a tip. It's all about consistency. So let's cut to the chase. Regardless to whether you're just starting out microneedling or you've been treating yourself at home with a Derma roller for years, for microneedling to enhance your skin tone, you need to treat your skin from between every 4 to 8 weeks. There is another common belief that once you've done a few treatments, you can go into a maintenance phase. Now, yes, it is, but it's the opposite. Initially, the more skin tightening you need, the longer you need to leave between your treatments. And once you've improved your skin tone, then the shorter time between treatments will keep your skin firm. Let's also clarify the difference between Derma roller in your skin with a 0.25 or a 0.5 roller and microneedling your skin with an oscillating device. People seem to believe that if you roller in your skin with shallow needles, you can do it far more often. I've heard people say that they roller in their serums every 2 to 3 days. Now, this advice must be given based upon the inflammatory process takes 3 days. So the idea must be that you let it calm down before you do it again. And that's fine, but I want to question what you're trying to achieve, because the epidermis layer of the skin takes a minimum of 14 days of your overall skin cell turnover to complete. Right? So I'll repeat that because it's important to understand it takes 14 days for your epidermal cells to complete their life cycle, right? So if you keep creating an inflammatory response every 3 days, these poor skin cells are not going to get the chance to do their main job, which is to keep stuff out. So keep out the UV rays, keep the chemicals out, and most importantly, keep your skin hydrated and prevent the water loss. So if you're trying to improve the integrity of your skin cells, then you need to let it move beyond that initial inflammatory process and allow the cells to recover and strengthen your skin cell barrier so that they can hold on to that hydration and then prevent the fine lines and wrinkles. Because to strengthen and restore your cell barrier, this requires like a cell-to-cell communication from the cytokines that recruit the growth factors. I'm doing this like way down in the basal layer, right? And this takes more than 3 days to migrate up to the top layer of your epidermis. You know, in simpler terms, it means regardless of whether you're using a shallow roller or an oscillating device, you need to give your skin enough time to heal and rejuvenate itself after each microneedling treatment before you start doing it again. Just because you can't go as deep with a roller, it doesn't mean that you're not triggering the same inflammatory response, okay? Which brings me to the fact about whether it's better to have a professional microneedling or a DIY at-home microneedling treatment. Look, I've been professionally microneedling in clinic for the last 10 plus years, and I feel that with the launch of the oscillating devices for the non-professional, if you follow my 4 P's to perfecting your microneedling at home based upon your current skin health, you can achieve the same results from the comfort of your own home. However, when you are doing your microneedling yourself at home, it is your responsibility to get those treatment protocols right. Microneedling is not a one-treat pony, right? In recent months, I've been teaching my own clients to do their microneedling at home because I do believe the secret to the success of microneedling is consistency. With the rising costs of the products and the professional fees in my skin clinic, regular treatments have become costly with time and money. Therefore, doing the treatments yourself regularly is far better than having a one-off treatment or a random treatment with a professional, as and when you can afford it or you can find the time. With some clear instruction, you can do your own microneedling equally as well as any professional, with the advantage that you can do it more consistently. But I do believe that home microneedling does need to be with an oscillating device, not a Derma roller type device. Check out my video that I did about the top 5 mistakes for microneedling at home, just to help you with that. So how many treatments must you do before seeing or feeling a result? Okay, so when meeting my private clients for the first time, my advice is always to start with the skin rejuvenation plan. Now, this is a package of 4 microneedling treatments that have to be completed within a 6-month period. This enables me, regardless to their age or the quality of their skin health, to influence 3 skin cell turnovers. And because of the way the cells communicate with each other, this enables me to compound the improvements to the skin cell barriers. And therefore, you will see that result at that 6-month point. Yes, after a couple of, 1 or 2 treatments, there's always a moment where they're a bit like, is it working? I'm like, yeah, because they commit from the beginning to the 4 treatments, both time and financially. When we hit that 6-month point, their skin is glowing. They can feel that result. The system of the minimum of 3 skin cell turnovers within 6 months has never failed me. So what determines the time between each one of those treatments? Well, this is where you don't really like the answer I'm going to give, because the people who need the skin tightening the most must leave the longest time between each microneedling treatment. I'll repeat it. Those that want it the most need to do it the least often. Our skin naturally rejuvenates or regenerates, but the rate at which it does it changes as we age. And it is the secret to the timing of your treatments. So to determine how often you should microneedle your skin with the outcome of improved collagen and growth factors, it's essential that you understand what happens straight after your last treatment. So as a minimum, okay, not taking into account your current age or your health issues, any form of trauma to your skin, especially microneedling, will stimulate an inflammatory response, which triggers the skin's wound healing process of proliferation and a remodeling phase. The initial inflammatory response can last anywhere from 24 to 72 hours, regardless of the depth of the treatment, like we discussed earlier. So even the most superficial trauma will trigger an inflammatory response. But then from day 4 to day 21, proliferation occurs. And this is where granulated tissues are formulated, fibroblasts will trigger those growth factors, and the extracellular matrix will start to build that collagen and the elastin. Then after 21 days, the remodeling phase begins. And now this can take a further 3 to 6 weeks to break down any old collagen fibers with enzymes, whilst the fibroblasts now start depositing the new collagen. Now, the younger you are, the quicker this remodeling phase takes place, right? So at 30, yes, you are still producing collagen at a pretty reasonable rate. However, when you're over 40, your natural collagen production starts to decline. And this is when the remodeling phase will take longer and why your skin cell turnover starts to slow down to approximately 40 days, right? So therefore, you need to allow this time for your skin to complete this remodeling phase before you re-trigger another inflammatory response. Which brings me on to the skin health age calculation, because you also need to factor in intrinsic and extrinsic factors when trying to work out this skin cell turnover. Hence, I've created a skin age calculator to help us. Yes, our genetics do play a role, but things like sun exposure, you've got pollution, smoking, your diet, stress levels, medications, all these things can accelerate the aging process of your skin, which means slowing down your skin cell turnover. For example, you could be in your late 50s and have a skin health age of say 40 because you've always looked after your skin, you've never been directly in the sun, you've got a healthy gut microbiome, and you choose not to take over-the-counter medication. Therefore, I would encourage you to start microneedling your skin every 40 days rather than every 50 days, as I'm sure you've got lovely, firm, great skin and you just want to keep stimulating that collagen. Brilliant. And then in contrast, if you're in your early 40s and you've only just started to look at your daily skincare routine, you're pretty stressed with work and family, you've enjoyed smoking in the past, you enjoy a glass of wine to help you relax in the evening, your skin health age will likely to be more than your actual age. Therefore, when microneedling, allowing more time between your treatments for that remodeling phase, is going to be more beneficial to you within that first 6 months. Once you're happy with your skin tone, you can reduce that treatment time as your skin health improves, and therefore your skin cell turnover will shorten or be less than your actual age. Once you're happy with your skin tone, you can then reduce that time between your treatments as your skin health will begin to improve, and therefore your skin cell turnover will start to reflect your actual age. So let's look at the basics, right? So not taking into account your skin health, but looking only at your chronological age. When you're in your 40s, your skin cell turnover will be approximately every 40 days. 50 days, in your 60s, about 60 days. My skin rejuvenation protocol stipulates at least 3 full skin cell turnovers to achieve firmer skin within 6 months. So what if your skin's not in great shape for your actual age, or the opposite, your skin is in great shape for your age? Taking into account, the most effective way to achieve firmer skin from microneedling is to allow that remodeling phase to complete its full cycle before creating any more inflammation. I encourage you to determine the time between your treatments to reflect your current skin health age. If the skin age calculator brings up that you're within the 30 years, then you want to do your treatments every 4 weeks, 40 years every 5 to 6 weeks, 50 years every 7 weeks, and if over 60, then every 8 weeks. So if you're looking to start microneedling at age 60, don't worry, I know you want to give it the full beans, but I encourage you to allow the time for your skin to create that collagen. You'll start to see improvements after those first 3 treatments, but it's going to take you up to 6 months. And yes, after that point, you can shorten the time between your treatments. Use the skin calculator to give you a guide. It's not the most scientific research, but it is a good way to give you some direction and maybe a little bit of confidence to help you get started and work towards some consistency with your microneedling treatments. So to recap my message, the secret isn't in microneedling every week, nor is it about going deeper, right? It's about allowing time for your skin to recover from each treatment, but then repeating the treatment consistently over that time matters more. Do less, but do it right. Your skin needs space and time to rebuild the collagen and to strengthen after a controlled wounding like microneedling. But it needs that regular message of remodeling too to continue to improve that skin health. The outcome, firmer skin built on a gradual process. Don't rush it. If you are considering doing this yourself at home and you're still feeling a little bit nervous, don't worry, I have created a microneedling at home handbook for firmer skin. And I go in a little bit more detail on that about what to expect from microneedling and how to do it at home. But if you are struggling to get started, why not book a private session with me? Together we could create your own treatment protocol based on your current skin health age. If you have a device and like the idea of some one-to-one tuition, we could do a treatment together just to give you that peace of mind that you're doing it right. If you like that idea, there'll be a link in one of the comments. But please remember, when looking to get firmer skin, there's no real end point, right? You're never going to look in the mirror and go, my skin is perfect, my work is done, I no longer need to microneedle again. That's never going to happen, right? Microneedling is the foundation of your skin health routine, right? What you do today will benefit you for years to come after this. If you want a little bit more of this, join me in my next video where I'm going to be breaking down and talking into more detail about choosing the right microneedling serums to support that collagen production and boost your skin. But overall, happy microneedling. Thanks for listening.